There is something every human being has experienced, not once, not occasionally, but every single day. A voice, not spoken out loud, not something you hear with your ears, but something you feel, something that appears inside your mind. Quiet, subtle, almost invisible, and yet it is always there, guiding you, correcting you, shaping the way you move through the world. You trust it without thinking. You follow it without hesitation because it feels like you. It feels natural. It feels familiar. It feels like truth. But think about this for a moment. Have you ever actually stopped and listened to it? Not followed it, not obeyed it, just observed it. Where does it come from? Why does it sound the way it does? Why does it feel so certain, even when you are not? And what if that certainty is not a sign of truth, but a sign of something else, something far more convincing, something designed to never be questioned? From the moment we become aware of ourselves, we begin to trust that voice, not because we chose to, but because we were never taught to doubt it. We grow up believing it is part of us, our instinct, our conscience, our inner guide. Some call it logic, some call it emotion. Some believe it comes from something higher, a force, a presence, something watching, something guiding, something that knows more than we ever could. And once we believe that, we stop questioning it because questioning it feels wrong, almost dangerous. Have you ever gone against it, truly gone against it? That moment when something inside you says, this is not right, and you ignore it anyway. There's a discomfort there, a tension, a pull, as if something inside you is trying to correct you, trying to bring you back. But what if that feeling isn't protection? What if it's alignment? What if it's something making sure you stay on a path you never chose? Now imagine something different. Not a change in the world, not a collapse, not a disaster, nothing visible, nothing obvious. Everything around you stays the same. The sky doesn't change. The world doesn't stop. People don't panic. Life continues exactly as it always has. But something else changes, something internal, something invisible, the source of that voice. And if something like that were replaced, you wouldn't notice because it wouldn't break, it wouldn't distort, it wouldn't reveal itself. It would continue seamlessly, perfectly, as if it had always been there. And the most dangerous part, you would adapt instantly without realizing it, because from your perspective, nothing changed. But from that moment on, every thought, every instinct, every decision would come from somewhere else. Most people imagine control as something external, something forced, something you would resist. But real control is something you accept, something that feels natural, something that feels like your own idea. A thought appears in your mind. You don't question it because it sounds like you. A decision forms. You don't resist it because it feels right. A direction becomes clear. You follow it because it makes sense. But what if those thoughts, those decisions, those directions were never entirely yours? What if they were placed there carefully, subtly, over time, because true control doesn't remove your freedom. It reshapes it. It allows you to choose, but only within boundaries you never see. Look at your life, not just the big moments, the small ones, the ones you barely remember, the decisions that seemed insignificant, the choices that felt obvious, the paths that just made sense. Now ask yourself, how many of those decisions did you truly question? And how many did you simply follow? There are moments in every life where something inside you says, this is right. This is the way. And you trust it without hesitation, without doubt. Because why wouldn't you? It feels like you, but what if those moments were not random? What if they were guided, not all at once, not in a way you could see, but slowly, quietly, decision by decision, until your entire life felt like it belonged to you, even if it didn't? Because the most effective system is not the one you fight, it's the one you believe in, a system that works, a system that feels stable, a system that feels right, where nothing seems broken, where everything flows naturally. That is not chaos, that is design, a reality so convincing you never look beyond it, a structure so precise you never question it, because questioning it would force you to confront something terrifying, that everything you trust, everything you believe, everything that feels certain might not come from you at all. If something was guiding humanity from the shadows, it wouldn't need to reveal itself. It wouldn't need power. It wouldn't need fear. It wouldn't need control in the way you imagine, because you would already be following, willingly, confidently, completely unaware. Every thought would feel natural. Every decision would feel yours. Every step would feel right. And even if something felt slightly off, even if something didn't quite make sense, that voice would still be there, calm, reassuring, guiding you back, telling you everything is fine, telling you to trust, telling you to continue, and most of the time, you would. So ask yourself this: that voice inside your mind, the one you have trusted your entire life, where did it come from? Why does it feel so certain? Why does it feel so real? Why does it feel like truth, even when you cannot explain it? And why have you never questioned it? Because if something was guiding you, you wouldn't notice. You wouldn't resist. You wouldn't even think to doubt it. You would simply follow. And if that's true, then the most unsettling question is this: are you making your choices, or are you following them? Because in the next video, we go even deeper. What if humanity was never truly in control? Not in the past, not now, not ever. And if this made you stop, even for a second, then something inside you is already questioning. Most people will ignore that feeling. They'll move on. They'll forget. But if you're still here, you didn't. So subscribe, because the deeper you go, the harder it becomes to look away. And what comes next only gets more unsettling.